Hello and welcome to my channel. So many of you have given me so much feedback about the video that I put up about the NPCP certification and the program and what it entails to actually pass the exam. And of course, coming from that, I wanted to cover the contraindications that the exam actually requires. So following that, many of you have actually requested me to create a workshop on contraindications, and I'm very happy to share that with you in today's video. If we haven't met before, my name is Anita Horry. I'm second generation Pilates teacher trainer, and I'm also a business coach for those amazing teachers who want to make this world a better place. Now, this video is going to be showing you snippets of the actual workshop. We're going to be looking at the musculoskeletal system and joints. So any contraindications related to these particular topics. Things like slip discs, like carpal tunnel syndrome, SI joint pain, facet joint inflammation, thoracic outlet syndrome, and many other conditions that would require some contraindications in your Pilates practice. If you're already liking the video, I would love you to hit the like and subscribe, because that is the only way that YouTube is going to share this video with other people who are interested in the topic. And now let's head straight into the workshop. Enjoy, guys. Carpal tunnel syndrome. So the carpal tunnel syndrome, first of all, the carpal tunnel is in the wrist, right? And the carpal tunnel syndrome is actually affected not just from the hand, okay? It can come all the way up, the nerves that come all the way up, but it actually starts, if you look in your image there, if you've got your image, you can see that the nerve is, the medium nerve is actually compressed in the carpal tunnel. So it can be treated conservatively, right? You can have a splinter therapy, right? But it could also require surgery. So the causes of a carpal tunnel are repetitive hand and wrist movement. So typists, mouse, yeah, the mouse on the laptop, drummers, guitar players, yeah, the musicians, okay? So these guys tend to get this. Prolonged wrist flexion or pressure, so maybe you do not sleep on it properly, maybe you sleep on your hand and it can create carpal tunnel. And it could also be a condition that comes from an autoimmune disease like diabetes, yeah, like hypothyroidism and rheumatoid arthritis. And of course also pregnancy can create pressure in the carpal tunnel. Okay, the symptoms are numbness, tingling or burning in the thumb, the index finger and the middle finger and part of the ring finger. So it's 1, 2, 3 and part of the ring finger, okay? And then it creates pain that is worse at night. You get a weaker grip strength. So the client with carpal tunnel won't be able to hold on to the bar. Okay, loss of fine motor skills is quite a common, this is the way that you start to identify that you've got carpal tunnel, unless obviously the doctor tells you, like, you can't do up your buttons, right? You can't do up your buttons in your shirt, or you can't pick up the money from your purse, right? The coins from your purse. These things are first signs of carpal tunnel. What do we need to consider as Pilates teachers? Well, we have to avoid weight bearing. So, are we going to make them do the push-up on the chair? No. The rotator cuff tear, because this is what it is. It's a rotator cuff tear, okay? It happens in 3 stages. We get first bursitis. So, the bursa, first of all, the rotator cuff is happening. Same thing here, underneath here, and the bursitis happens. This bursa is the sac, that has got it manages to get fluid underneath with repetitive wear or overuse, and that creates an inflammation. So that is why it's called bursitis. It's an inflammation. So we have bursitis in the bursa sac first. Then the second, it becomes a tendinitis. So the tendon that is attached to the muscle becomes inflamed, itis, right? Then we'll get a tear, and the tear in the rotator cuff can happen in many places. Remember, the rotator cuff is made up of actually 4 muscles, but it can happen in many places. So, and now you're going to keep the elbow glued to the ribs, sit tall, keep your right hand by your side, push it onto the mat, and open the spring to the side. And then resist it. Okay? This is a rotator cuff exercise that she's doing in external rotation. Remember, it also goes in internal rotation. Right, thank you. Then, am I going to tell her to do the umpa? No. No, we're not doing that yet. Lie onto your right side. And I'm going to give you a cushion. Okay. And now, I'm going to give you the Arnold's. Keep your feet in line with your butt. Thank you. And now you're going to allow, this hand can come here. Now, I don't know if you can see it, guys, but you can see it in that camera, right? Okay. We're going to lift your arm up to my hand. And then pull it back down slowly. And again. So, we're coming in and up. All right? Now, push me up a little bit. So, create resistance yourself. There. Now, slowly lift higher. That's it. And keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. And then bring it back down. So if you don't have access to the springs, you can do this with the weights, right? Okay. Until eventually she will come, hold on. She will come to this position, right? So you're coming in and you're coming out. Great. Thank you. Yes, osteoporosis is scary, but guys, they need weight bearing, and Pilates is weight bearing. Pilates is so much weight bearing. It's not actually, it's much safer than working with external loads, especially if you've never done any kind of exercise before and then you go and do big heavy weightlifting. Uh-oh, no. Against the bar, hands on. Right? So find your C curve, push with your heels, pull your stomach in and start rolling back. Plug in. Thank you. Pull the stomach more. Now, she pushes the bar down, and then if she comes forward and she rounds the way she wants to round, right? Again, she's going to be dumping in her spine. That's too much load in her back. Come back up to stand to seated. So what I have to say is, actually, in this case, I will remove the push-through bar for her because she's going to be in a loaded flexion. And we're trying to avoid that, right? Lengthen your neck, stick your butt out, open your heart. Nice. And then round back in, and you can bring that bar back up. That feels nice, huh? Mm-hmm. Now, what could help her here to help her stabilize? Putting a ball between her knees, right? Or maybe the mini magic circle. It's just going to create so much stiffness in the joint, and also limited range of movement, right? And pain, because at the end of the day, itis means an inflammation, right? Anything with itis is inflammation. And if it's got itis, it's going to give them pain, okay? In the hip, when it is in the hip, it's going to give them pain in the groin, in the buttocks, or in the knees, okay? So that's why a sign of somebody who might need a hip replacement for you as a Pilates teacher. Right foot on the pedal, push it down, toes on, keep that left foot onto the floor, left foot onto the floor, closer, closer, that's it, stand straight, put your hands on the side, on this side here, stand tall, because those handles are too high for you. All right, keep your right heel lifted, look ahead, look at the mirror, and then slowly resist the pedal up, and push. So, her press down front. Can she do that? Yes, she can. This could, just be careful though when you're working with a sandbag with someone who's hypermobile, because, stand up. And let's have you, don't go all the way, have you holding it. So if it's a load and she's not stable in her back and she is hypermobile in her elbows, she's maybe hypermobile in her back, she's gonna come out of shape. She's gonna come completely out of place. And her whole posture is going to change. We don't want that. So what do we need to do here? Now, herniated disc is a workshop on its own. Disc herniations happen anywhere in the spine. People with slip discs cannot do flexion, right? They cannot do flexion, they cannot do rotation. So in that case, if they can't do flexion and they can't do rotation, what we have to do is check the alignment, check the posture. Is this, the pedipole great for people with slip discs? Yes, it's creating axial elongation. That is what you need when you have got that whole compression of the spine, okay? What else can they use? If you have somebody with a slip disc, this is already a problem, okay? They can't lift their legs so high. So this is already a problem. So if somebody's got a slip disc, any of these ballet stretches, anything where their leg is lifted higher, some people, sorry, I'm going to take you down again, some people can't even lift the knee up too high because they're going to feel their disc, okay? Bring your arms by your side and bring your forehead on the mat. There you go. Anchor your pubis. Now, your palms, let's have them facing the floor. So you're in slight external rotation. Then pull your tummy in. I want you to keep your pubis on the mat, but your tummy's in. Long neck, and I've got your nose hovering on the mat. You've got a teacup at the back of your neck. Now take an inhale, pull the tummy, plug the shoulders into your back, and then start lengthening your neck as you lift the chest. And then that's enough to help them stabilize into the back. And then float it back down. All right, so those were just snippets of what the Contraindications Workshop is all about. The first part has covered only the musculoskeletal system and joints and other contraindications related to this. We are also going to be doing workshops about the neurological conditions, things about pregnancy, and also diabetes and other autoimmune diseases. If you are interested to sign up for the workshop, hit the link below. There's tons of new information there for you. And if you may be a teacher who wants to expand your skills and want to take a comprehensive teacher training program, I have 3 teacher training programs running this year. And if you're interested in joining any one of my programs, hit the link below. There is a special 10% discount for anyone who comes off my YouTube channel. So mention YouTube, then you'll be able to get your special discount for any of the teacher training programs. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a video online. Until my next video, guys, goodbye for now.